The leaks are here, and they are detailed. It looks like we know just about everything there is to know about Hasselblad's next medium format monster, the X2D II, weeks ahead of its rumored August 26 release. We're going to break down the incredible new specs and a price tag that might just make your jaw drop. This isn't just another camera. This is Hasselblad. That name carries a legacy of untouchable image quality, stunning design, and a history woven into some of the most iconic photos ever made. So when a new flagship is on the horizon, the photo world pays attention. And based on these leaks, the X2D II isn't just a refresh, it's a revolution. We're talking about new technology that could completely reshape the medium format experience, fixing the old frustrations that have kept so many photographers tied to smaller full-frame cameras. So, let's get into it. We'll look at the specs, starting with the two most groundbreaking features, a LiDAR-based autofocus system and an improved in-body image stabilization. We'll talk about that controversial price and what it signals to the market. And finally, we'll see how it stacks up against its biggest rival to figure out who this camera is really for. The leak and the core foundation's camera world moves fast, but this is as fresh as it gets. A flood of information from regulatory filings and distributor leaks has given us a crystal-clear picture of the X2D II, all pointing to that August 26, 2025 announcement. At its heart, the X2D II seems to be built on the same foundation that made its predecessor, the X2D II, so legendary. We're looking at that same incredible 100-megapixel medium-format CMOS sensor, measuring a massive 43.8 by 30.9 millimeters. And that's a good thing. That sensor is a work of art. It delivers a mind-blowing 15 stops of dynamic range and true 16-bit color depth. For anyone who doesn't speak tech, that means it can capture over 281 trillion colors, giving you files with so much flexibility and nuance that they feel less like photos and more like digital Clio. You can sculpt in post-production. It's the very reason photographers choose Hasselblad. Storage is still top of the line, with a built-in 1TB SSD for blazing fast internal recording, plus a GFX Type B card slot. When you're shooting 100-megapixel files, that speed and space isn't a luxury, it's a workflow essential. But while the sensor and storage are familiar, the tech built around them is where things get truly exciting. The two game-changing upgrades. This is where the X2D II sets itself apart from everything else. Let's start with the autofocus. For years, the Achilles heel of medium format has been slow and unreliable autofocus, especially next to the lightning-fast performance of today's full-frame cameras. The X2D II made progress with its 290 for phase detection points, but it was still in a different league than a flagship Sony or Canon. Hasselblad is about to change the game by integrating a DJI LiDAR autofocus system. Yes, LiDAR, the same light-based radar tech used in self-driving cars and high-end cinema gear. The leaks suggest this system will have an insane 76,800 ranging points. Let's be clear, that's going from just under 300 focus points to nearly 77,000. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a whole new playbook. The system creates a detailed depth map of the scene, allowing for focus that's not just faster, but likely more dead-on accurate than anything we've seen, especially in the low-light situations where traditional AF systems fall apart. For portrait, event, or even street photographers who've wanted that medium format pop but couldn't give up autofocus speed, this could be the camera they've been dreaming of. The second big deal is the stabilization. The X2D II already had a solid 7-stop in-body image stabilization system. The X2D II pushes that even further, with leaks pointing to a new 5-axis IBIS with up to 8 stops of compensation. What does one extra stop really get you? It's the difference between needing a tripod and getting a tack-sharp handheld shot at a half-second shutter speed. It means you can travel lighter and work faster, capturing spontaneous moments in dim light without sacrificing that pristine Hasselblad quality. The $9,000 question, the Prisselrite. Let's talk about the number you've all been waiting for. The leaks are all pointing to a price somewhere between $8,500 and $9,000. For comparison, the current X2D II goes for about $8,200. So, we're looking at a noticeable price bump. So, is it worth it? A $9,000 price tag is definitely steep, putting it squarely in the realm of serious pros and the most dedicated hobbyists. But when you put it in context, the value starts to make sense. You're getting a camera with a game-changing autofocus system and class-leading stabilization, all built around one of the best sensors money can buy. In the world of medium format, where camera bodies can easily top 10 or 15 grand, a sub $9,000 price for this feature set isn't just competitive, it's downright aggressive. Hasselblad is betting that for the right photographer, the performance boost from the LiDAR and 8-stop IBIS is well worth the extra cash. So what do you think? Is a price hovering around 9 grand a steal for this tech, or is it out of reach? Drop your gut reaction in the comments below. And if you're getting something out of this breakdown, a subscribe would be awesome. We'll be following this story all the way to the launch. The rival Hasselblad X2D II versus Fujifilm GFX 100i camera lives in a bubble, and the biggest, most obvious rival to the X2D II is the Fujifilm GFX 100 II. These two are the heavyweights of the medium format world. On paper, they look pretty similar. Both have a nearly identical 100-megapixel sensor, both offer incredible dynamic range and color, and they're in the same price neighborhood. So what's the difference? It really comes down to philosophy. The Fujifilm GFX 100 II is the ultimate hybrid machine. Its biggest advantage is video. It offers things like 4K 60 and even 8K recording, while the Hasselblad is expected to remain a stills-only camera. If you're a hybrid shooter who needs pro-level video with your photos, the choice is easy. The GFX 100 II is your camera. The Fuji also has a brilliant AI-driven autofocus that's fantastic at tracking subjects, and its burst shooting speeds are much faster than what the Hasselblad can do. But the Hasselblad X2D II has its own areas where it completely dominates. That DJI LiDAR autofocus, while maybe not as smart for tracking a running dog, promises to be faster and more decisive in low contrast, dim light, a classic weakness for AF systems. The X2DI's reported 8 stops of IBIS also gives it a slight edge on paper over the GFX 100i's already great stabilization. And then there's the secret weapon, the Hasselblad Natural Color Solution, or HNCS. This isn't just marketing fluff. Hasselblad's color science is famous for producing incredibly accurate and pleasing tones, especially for skin, that many photographers feel is simply unbeatable. For portrait, fashion, and fine artwork, that alone could seal the deal. Who is this camera actually for? After sorting through all the leaks, a clear image of the perfect X2D II owner starts to form. This is not the camera for the jack-of-all-trades hybrid shooter. This is a purist tool, designed from the ground up for the stills photographer who demands perfect image quality. This is the camera for the professional portrait photographer who needs the absolute best color science and an AF system that nails focus in any light. It's for the fine art landscape photographer who can now use that 8-stop IBIS to capture stunning handheld shots without being chained to a tripod. And it's for the commercial photographer who depends on that medium format look and amazing flexibility of Hasselblad's 16-bit RAW files. The X2D II is being built as a problem solver. It's a solution for photographers who wanted that Hasselblad look but were held back by slow focus. It's for those who wanted the freedom of shooting handheld without compromising image quality. This is a special instrument for artists who know the camera isn't just a gadget, it's a partner in bringing their vision to life. So, what's the bottom line? The Hasselblad X2D II is shaping up to be one of the most exciting cameras in years. It takes the world-class sensor and image quality of its predecessor and bolts on some truly next-gen tech. The addition of a 76,800-point LiDAR autofocus system and an 8-stop IBIS system tackles the two biggest historical complaints about medium format: focus speed and handheld shooting. While the nearly $9,000 price is serious money, it makes the camera a powerful and aggressive competitor for professionals who won't settle for anything less than the best in still photography. It may not have the video chops of its main rival, the Fujifilm GFX 100 II, but it doubles down on everything that makes Hasselblad special: uncompromising image quality, legendary color, and now, seriously cutting-edge performance. The official announcement is supposedly just around the corner on August 26th. What are your final predictions? Is the LiDAR autofocus going to live up to the hype? Is this the camera that finally gets you to make the jump to medium format? Let me know everything down in the comments. I love hearing what you all think. And of course, if you want to see a full, hands-on review of this camera the second it's out, Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.